Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to the Amateur Otaku podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I am Brandon Alvarado, the Scarlet fan here, and I'm really excited to be back in this show with you guys in the Amateur Otaku to talk awesome anime. Hope everybody's having a great time watching awesome stuff. I know I am. And as usual, I am accompanied by the one, the only, the man, the mad, the man, the house, the house husband, Isaac Wolf. What's up, man?
Yeah, it's doing good. I'm just
Did
tired
you
and
just make your name the house doc?
yeah.
You clever bastard.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit hot in Sweden here, and it's gonna be even hotter in years. I'm a Swede, not an Australian.
I have no idea what that means because I do not know the world. But
I'm from
you're,
Sweden, not from Australia, and
I,
Australia is known for being way hotter than here. Sweden is.
of course, I still don't get it. But hey, hi, Isaac.
All right.
So welcome back, guys, to the Amateur Otaku podcast, where we do not know geography, but we do know
I know
awesome.
geography,
You know
and I
what?
know what. And I know
We're
that Sweden is in Sweden.
we.
Never mind. Let's go on.
Oh my god. Welcome back, guys, to our fourth attempt at trying to start a show. See, I leave for a couple of episodes, I come back, and it's just crazy. Um, but I'm really excited to be back. Isaac, awesome to be here to talk anime with you as always. I love how the amateur talk community is growing on YouTube. How you and Mike and Leo are talking awesome, making awesome episodes about Hero Academia because there's awesome stuff going on that show. We recently finished, Isaac and I, our discussion of The World Ends With You, which was a fantastic video game adaptation, an anime series, which we're going to be doing a lot more in the future as they're released. But more than anything, right now, we're going to talk about a show that came out on Netflix back in April. Ever since I kind of heard of it, I was interested. Ever since Isaac mentioned, I was interested. And it's the comedy sketch show known only as The Way of the Househusband. This show came out on April 8th on Netflix worldwide. It is 5 episodes long, and it's really more of a sketch show more than anything.
Imagine,
Every 15 to 18-minute episode, it's like little sketches. But I think this show is brilliant and it's hilarious and it's crazy.
imagine the life of Psyche if it has even less plot to some extent,
Yes, and
if that was even possible.
yep, yep. But we figured this would be a great show because it's a great, easy watch, and I found it really enjoyable. I think it's one of the gems on Netflix right now, and I think a lot of people should check out. So join us as we discuss the Way of the House Husband on Netflix, and we're going to start doing that. But before we jump into the show and talk about what we liked, what we enjoyed, let's talk a little bit about a little housekeeping. If you guys love what we do here at the Amateur Otaku Podcast, make sure to go to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and subscribe, and share with your friends to show your support. If there's any
And click that bell. Don't
click
forget
that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything and any of the crazy shenanigans or episodes or coverage that we do. Follow us on Twitter at Amateur Otaku Pod, and let us know your thoughts of what different animes you guys would like us to suffer through, cover, or enjoy, and we will cover them on the show. So thank you guys for all the support, you guys. I think we're right now at 56 subscribers on YouTube. It's been a slow rise,
That's
but it
right.
keeps on rising, and that is super exciting. Also, the Amateur Talk podcast is found where all podcasts are found: Anchor, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and is there for your enjoyment. Now, Isaac, we're going to talk about the Way of the House Husband, and I think I'm gonna take us off the air real quick so people can look at this picture of this Yakuza. Everybody just look at this picture and understand. And yes, your eyes don't deceive you. That is a man that looks deadly as a blade, wearing a teddy bear apron, focusing on a bento box that he just made for his wife, and then rushing through the streets like a madman in his bike, still with the apron, transporting her lunch in a briefcase that you would only see in a drug trade.
Uh,
And we've only described two pictures of this show, and it's just madness. And we haven't even begun talking about it.
yeah, it's like I said, it's it's almost as insane. It's the grounded version of Psyche K, going back to that, but with less plot. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, and great animation by JC Staff. I mean, they've worked on a ton of amazing anime. Um, some of the few that they've done that I know about. They did. I'm trying to see here because they've done a couple. They've done literally it's the same studio that's done the Justice League Psyche K. Like they are the studio
That
behind Psyche K,
explains.
which
That
explains a
explains a
lot.
lot.
They're also the studio behind Food Wars.
Explains a lot.
Explains a lot. They're the studio behind High Score Girl. They're the studio
That one we
behind
need to watch. That one we need to watch.
Eden Zero. So, is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? Like this is a studio behind a lot of great high profile anime.
Hey,
And they do a
they have
lot.
done it.
What was that?
Oh, don't tease me as Eden Zero. It's we have to wait for the entire season just because of Netflix. They don't post it one episode by time. I'm so looking forward to that one.
That's a manga that came out like 2 years ago, right?
It's from the creator of Fairy Tail,
Oh, nice.
Hiromashima.
Is that what he started doing after Fairy Tail?
Yeah, that one and the Fairy Tail, the 100-Year Quest. But he is just super. I don't know if that one is continuing right now, but Eden Zero is going on as far as I know.
I think one of the most interesting things, if we're gonna take Way of the House Husband and like break it down, I think that one of the things of this show that stands out from the get go is the animation style.
Yeah,
It's interesting how every episode or the way the animation is used, it's treated like a comic book strip. Like there's not a lot of movement, there's not a lot of action. All the movement and action that you actually see on the screen feels like it's trying to emulate the pages on a book. You know what I mean? It's like you're just watching instead of moving pictures in a fluid motion, which you do see in a lot of places because it is an animated show, but it tries to lend itself to feel like a comic strip. And I think that has to do with the fact that it is a sketch show and it's all little sketches. They're meant to be digested in little bits. Like you can sit down and enjoy just one little episode because literally it's 5 episodes, but you have a total of almost 30 episodes within the first season because each little episode is like 4 to 6 minutes long, actually less, 2 to 4 minutes long, and you'll have like between 4 and 6 between each episode. So you actually get a lot of content for that little bit of time because everything is like very isolated from each other, which I found it very interesting.
yeah, and honestly, it's. I mean, I have needed a series to laugh at for quite some time. Just something nice and relaxing and all that. Yes, and this is so easily digested that you doesn't really need to. You don't really need to think. Just sit down and relax, or if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that you can sit down and just laugh for a while and call it a day and have a very very good time. And I did binge it for the sake of this pod episode, but I could definitely see myself going back to it. Like there's so many times where I had to call my girlfriend over to watch certain things again because they were so funny. And I would see her, and my girlfriend, just so you know, she doesn't really watch anime, and like she just lets me be me, but she'll sit down and watch a little bit with me. She was laughing at the idiocy behind these scenes because it was just so funny.
I
Like,
mean, imagine, uh, imagine the most dangerous crime member in another fictional story ends up being a house husband or housewife because they found someone they love, and they try to change their mind, and just because of how they behave, their mannerism and all that, they
yep,
still believes that he is doing some crooked thing and all.
yep.
Um,
And I think, let's say, it's like the funniest thing because okay, so he's a yakuza or he's an ex yakuza, but not only just he's not just any ex yakuza. He's like the highest ranking like assassin that the yakuza had, kind of, and like everybody in the criminal underworld and in between cops and stuff, everybody knows who he was. So every time he goes somewhere, everybody thinks that he's about to pop someone's head. But like all the but he doesn't but he really has turned away from that life. And I like how the show emphasizes on the fact that he's a house husband, and not once is it treated like a tragedy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's never used for dramatic purposes. The fact that he has this dark past or that he killed this many people, like all that is done like to emphasize the humor. Like this guy that can kill anyone, instead of fighting with someone, he just put gloves on them. Like every time someone tries to kill them, he just creates. I don't know. It's just funny. Like let's talk about a couple of things that we saw. Like, did you have a favorite funny moment?
no, because I just sat down and laughed my ass off and didn't really couldn't really digest what's were funnier or not, if that makes any sense.
Well, tell me what you enjoyed, because
It
this
just
is a house husband that makes food. From episode one, let's talk about episode one. The fact that the episode starts just showing off all Yakuza tattoos, right? And
yeah.
he's like with water, he has like the weird look, and then we see him making breakfast, but and lunch for his wife. But this is not the thing that made me laugh. The guy has an Instagram account, and he's taking pictures of everything he's cooked
Oh, that one that make
for
me
the sake of likes. That is hilarious.
that make me think about the whole he meet a rival from the
Oh, dude.
past, and
Yes.
then now it's on, and at first you meant, okay, is they going to fight or something? No, they're doing. They're trying to do the best food to get the most likes on Instagram.
No
Both
pun
of them.
intended. They literally did a food war.
Yeah.
They
Which
went. They did a full shokugeki.
another favorite of mine is probably the whole when he went out and do yoga. Was it his neighbors?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Oh,
and
the fact that he's no, the fact that he's friends with like all the other housewives.
which just how
Yes. Yes.
how
Yes. 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 There's a lot of stuff in the, and the funny thing is there's no fantastical elements. There's nothing too hard. Like they never go into like really dense and philosophical subject matter. Everything's treated like what it is. You're supposed to laugh at the outrageousness of the show. You know what I mean? And like what you were saying with the yoga, whenever he was doing yoga, because of course he has to take advantage of the free classes, just like he takes advantage of fucking coupons. because he's coupon hunting every time he gets food, or like does the grocery shopping or whatever. When he goes for a free yoga class and he does the different poses, he talks about how this reminds me when I killed this guy. Oh, this is what you look like if you get a shot to the head. And like, oh,
And yes, what is he talking about?
yep, yep, yep.
Uh, do you remember Willie Tiber from Attack on Titans?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, it's the same English voice actor for him and Tatsu.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So you know what was a very nice experience while I was watching the show that I liked a lot too is the fact that we've always talked about how Netflix is amazing when it comes to the different amount of translations, um, voice audio translations, and subtitle availability that they always put forth and have for all of their shows. And I actually watched it in Spanish,
Huh.
which is my native language, and it was still hilarious. It was still hilarious. Like the voice acting was on point. They got another actor that had like a deep, grounded voice, just like Tatsu, just like the original Japanese voice actor. I was able to share it with my girlfriend, and we both laughed multiple times. Um, and you know what's funny? I like how so down to earth it is. Like it's an outrageous situation. Like we know that this is not necessarily how a guy that left the Yakuza will spend the rest of his life. Like this is not exactly a real thing. But that episode with the cockroach and
Oh my
and the
god.
fact that we just found a cockroach in our apartment a while back
Ugh.
and we went through the same situation and couldn't find the bitch. So like seeing him go through it,
Did you solve it?
I don't know, but we're not going to talk about that. But the thing is that he didn't solve it either. He didn't solve it. The fact that it got away, you know, it's it's anime comedy in its at its finest. And I think that's like the biggest takeaway that I got from the show. And I think that's the biggest thing I want to tell everybody that's listening. This show is hilarious. Um, we don't care about spoiling stuff because I think that the execution of every single joke, of every single scenario, of the way the direction and the animation was used, um, the way it uses kanji, like to talk about, like to give you a little bit of extra information, the in between slides between episodes. I think the execution of the show was phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can you can tell there's a lot of thought in making this work the way they've have, and I think that's why this show is so funny. And I feel that this is the kind of show that I'm gonna go back to, and I'm gonna go watch a little bit of it later on. I don't know if you're aware of this, but JC staff already confirmed that there's part two is coming.
That's awesome.
So they're already making more of this amazing show. I think right now, as of this show, this manga came out originally only like 3 years ago, April 2018. It's still ongoing. As of now, the creator has put out 7 volumes of it.
Hmm. We could be worth checking out.
Yeah. So guys, I don't think we have a lot more to say about this because we're just telling you it's awesome. If you guys want to have a nice, good time with your friends and family and just laugh about random stuff that feels genuine and that feels down to earth and feels real, because a lot of the stuff that he goes through are things that anybody can go through, you got to watch Tatsu in the Way of the House Husband on Netflix. It's awesome. It's awesome. Um, so my girlfriend is starting to get into whole couponing thing. So I just had to show her. I had to, yeah, bro, yeah. And I had to tell her, babe, he does couponing too. It was so funny, so funny. Oh no! And by the way, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil that. But guys, you gotta watch Way of the House Husband. It is so hilarious. It is so funny, um, and I feel that it's gonna age very very well. And I wonder if I grab the manga, if I'll enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed the show. I have a feeling that I would.
You wonder if it's a lot of the comedy has to it been. Don't want to say physical, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, that the way that the animation is used, it feels like it's treated like panels as opposed
Yeah,
to fluid animation, which
yeah.
I think aids to the comedic effect. I think so. That's pretty awesome. Isaac, I love this show. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, no. Just it's how many episodes were there? 5.
So it's 5 episodes, and
Yeah.
within those 5 episodes, it's a total of almost 27 to 30 mini episodes. Oh, by the way, that cat is a dick. You know,
Yeah.
like that. The fact that the cat got his own episodes, and especially the second one, which I'm not going to talk about here. You guys got to. I mean, it's just funny. This show is amazing. It's funny. It's clever, and I can't wait to see more. And I don't know if you guys know this. I think I just mentioned it to Isaac. There's a live action adaptation of this, which I don't know if it's going to be as funny as the anime, but that's how big it is. I feel like when it comes to some anime or some manga properties, you know that if you know that you've made it if there's a TV show of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if there's a movie of it, that means that the rest of the world is going to know what it is. But if there's a TV show on of it, they're doing something right. And there's a TV show, live action TV show of The Way of the House Husband.
Yeah.
What I'm
And we
afraid
should.
is that now
Yeah.
I want to be a house husband, but I don't think I want to get tattoos.
Oh my god. Yeah. But what is it want to say exactly? It's a fun show. You
It
should
is.
all check it out, and it's not that long.
Yeah, so please go check out The Way of the Husband. Laugh at Yakuza and crazy characters. Polycure is the new Sailor Moon. And let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know. Did you like Way of the Husband? Did you enjoy it? Let us know because we definitely did. Isaac, where can people find you, brother?
Well, you can find me over at Emblemaniac on Twitter. You can find our you can find my work over at Wobum Entertainment, and you can find our pub at Amateur Otaku Pod over at Twitter.
You can find me at the Scarlet Fan 52 on Instagram, and you can find me at the Scarlet Fan 52 on Twitter. Have it awesome, guys, and keep watching awesome anime. Peace.
Peace.